Ladies and gentlemen, those stats are incredible, and that's what makes us the #1 land-grant university in the nation, and that's what makes us the People's University. So congratulations again to the class of 2026, a very impressive group. Let's hear now from one of our exceptional graduates. Each semester, the Commencement Advisory Committee is charged with conducting a search to select one graduating student to deliver a message on behalf of the entire graduating class. At this morning's commencement exercises, we are delighted to have with us from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences graduate, Tonya Henderson Gatling. Now get this, Tonya first arrived at NC State University in 1994 as an engineering major and built foundational skills that later defined her successful career. Decades-long career in program and project management. In 2024, Tonya returned to NC State to complete her degree, enrolling in the Leadership in Public Sector program. At the center of Tonya's story, like many of you, like all of you, is family. Family, the driving force behind her resilience and success, and the strongest anchor being her faith. She's guided by her entire church family. She has remained steadfast in her belief that she is called to win, not just for herself, but for others. Now, standing at the finish line, Tonya represents more than personal achievement. She embodies resilience. She embodies growth. She embodies the power of returning to what you started and to never, ever give up. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Tonya Henderson Gatling.
Good morning, Chancellor Howell, and thank you so much. Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, families, my family. And most importantly, this incredible spring class of 2026. Congratulations, we made it. Before I go any further, I want to take a moment to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, grandmothers, mothers-in-law, memoms, nanas, aunties, big sisters. Thank you for your love, your sacrifices, your prayers, your strength, and for being the rock that we stand on today. And to all the heroes and sheroes that have encouraged, prayed for, spoke life, and simply didn't give up on us. And that includes my brother Kevin Henderson, my two nephews Kevon and Kavari Henderson. Tag, you're next. Thank you for the push. We landed right here at graduation. I would be completely out of order if I did not give a very special, heartfelt acknowledgement to my mama, Ms. Vicki Carol Fields Henderson. Thank you, Mom, for everything you poured into me. I am because you are. Yes, ma'am. And a very happy Ladies' Day to my Aunt Elle, my Aunt Wanda, and my Ma Jane. I love you and appreciate you dearly, and I honor you in this moment. Now, Mr. Teleprompter Man, you got to forgive me because this ain't on the script. But I dare not stand here and let everybody know that if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I would not know where I would be. But I know this, I would not be right here. And as my Mima would say, I thank God for Jesus. Thank you. And I'm Pentecostal, so I'm gonna leave that alone. Today is surreal for me because technically, I am both a graduating senior at NC State, but I am also an NC State historical artifact. Picture it, fall, 1994. I was a freshman and an engineering major. Now let me confess something right away. I had no idea what an engineer was. In my mind, engineers drove trains and they made a lot of money. Sign me up. And yet there I was, confident, excited, and moving into Metcalf Hall on Central Campus, ready to conquer the world. Back then, the round Henderson building was the mascot of the Brickyard. Back then, Lil Dino's and Taco Bell were the dueling dining options at the old Tally Student Center. Back then, a monthly trip to the Wolves Den downstairs felt like five-star dining experience. Back then, we had Black Students Board, the Ultimate All-Night Bash, and the New Horizons Choir. Back then, Coach Mike O'Kane was leading the football field while Torrey Holt was scoring touchdowns and making us proud. Back then, Justin Gainey, or shall I say Coach Gainey, was shooting from everywhere on the court, and it was all net. And everybody, I mean everybody, had to trip over at least one brick a day to be fully identified as part of the pack. Yet after all of the classes, all of the lessons, extra credit assignments, late night study sessions, spades games, and exams, I left this campus without a degree in 1998. I wasn't lazy, I wasn't incapable. I was, however, heavily overwhelmed by one question that I felt was impossible to answer at the age of 19. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And when I didn't have the answer, I thought I had failed. So I went home defeated. But here's what I didn't understand then and what I know right now. Leaving was not the end of my education. For me, it was the beginning of it. See, I was born a leader and discovered leadership before I had the language for it. So life became my classroom. I took the time and I learned through resilience, through setbacks, confidence through responsibility, and purpose through serving others. I built a career in project and program management and a full life of discovery, including a marriage to a fellow student I met right here, freshman year. Hey, George. But something always inside of me whispered, finish what you started. Thankfully, that whisper didn't only speak to me, but it spoke to my husband too. Hey, George. And one day, with the loving firmness that only a true partner can give, he encouraged me to get serious about returning with just 3 simple words. Make the call. Not enroll, not commit to classes, just make the call and find out what it would take to come back and finish. So I did. And on the other side of the phone call was Dr. Lashika Waters, academic advisor in the Leadership in the Public Sector program. The angelic implant didn't just answer the phone, but she opened the door. She listened, she advised, and she laid out a clear pathway to my finish line. And in that moment, what once felt overwhelming suddenly became possible. What had been a whisper became a plan, and that plan became this moment. So today, 32 years after my freshman year, I crossed this stage, earning a degree in the leadership in the public sector, a full circle moment that I am most grateful for. Now, please understand, this moment didn't happen because life was easy. It happened because I refused to quit. Now, for those who may not know, the leadership in the public sector program here at NC State is more than a degree. It is an online experience that equips you to lead with purpose, to serve with intention, and to create real impact in our communities, our organizations, and in the world at large. And right about now, I think we need all of that. It gave me something that I didn't have at 19, clarity. It gave me something that I needed in this system, in this season, control. It gave me remote control over my education and my future. And most importantly, it didn't just teach leadership. It developed a leader who was finally ready to finish. And for that, I say thank you, Dr. Lashika Waters. Thank you, Dr. Amanda Edwards. Thank you, Dr. Tracy Appling, and the entire LPS staff for your leadership, your guidance, and your belief in students like me. So to my fellow graduates, there are 3 short lessons I want to leave with you today that will carry you far long after today's applause fades. First, knowledge is not an event, it is a process. Your degree, our degree, is not the finish line of learning, yet it is proof that you know how to do it. The world you are entering into will change faster than any syllabus could ever. Careers will shift, technology will transform, and plans will come and go. But curiosity, which is the willingness to keep learning, will never go out of style. Secondly, never be discouraged by your current state. There were moments in my life where my current state did not look like success. I walked away from this university believing that I had missed my moment. As you sit here today, maybe your path doesn't look like what you imagined. Maybe social media comparisons have been whispering lies to you. Well, let me tell you something clearly. Your current chapter is not your final story. Growth rarely looks impressive while it's happening. Sometimes progress looks like confusion. Sometimes courage looks like starting over. Where you are today is not a verdict, but it's actually your opening argument to the world. And lastly, but most importantly, and I dare not take all the credit for this one. This one came from our pastor, the Bishop Stenneth E. Powell Sr. at the Abundant Life Cathedral right here in Raleigh. He said, and I need your help on this one, can you find a neighbor and encourage your neighbor and say, neighbor? Oh, I can't hear nobody. Say, neighbor? Oh, neighbor, it's never too late to get better. Say it one more time. It's never too late to get better. That's right. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to grow. It's never too late to dream. Kevin, it's never too late to win. And certainly, it's never too late to pick up wherever you may have walked away from and finish what you started. I am living proof that purpose does not expire. I will be 50 next month. Oh, yes, I will. And believe me, growth and improvement has no age limit. That's for everybody. So to my dearest class of 2026, today we join a wolf pack that stretches across generations of greatness. And if my journey teaches you anything, it's this: life is not a straight line. It is a series of turns and returns. So walk forward boldly, because life will ask you some hard questions at times. Don't be afraid if the solutions don't appear instantly. You will find that the winners are not the ones who always get the answers in an instant. But winners are the ones who had the courage to keep showing up until they became the answer. Congratulations to my fellow graduates, the spring class of 2026. And as we say around these parts, forever go Pack, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Tonya Henderson Gatling, our student speaker, another round of applause. I'd like the graduating class of 2026 to join me in recognizing a couple of very special groups of people in our audience today. Let me first acknowledge the members of the Golden Grads Forever Club seated at the top of section 23. Please stand, Golden Grads Forever. Members of the Forever Club are all NC State alumni who graduated from NC State at least 50 years ago. So thank you for being with us here today. Next, this is a big one as well. Let me ask the families and the friends of our graduates to please stand so that we may honor you. Family and friends, please stand of our graduates. I'm gonna ask the students to please stand. You wouldn't be here without your family and without your friends. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. We're coming down to the end. The turning of the tassel is symbolic of turning another page in one's life. I'd like to ask our student speaker, Tonya, to come to the podium to lead the traditional turner of the tassel. Let me also ask Lynn Denise Berdecia Rivera, Chair of our NC State Alumni Board of Directors, to come forward.
My fellow graduates, are you ready? It is indeed an honor to lead my fellow graduates of the class of 2026 in the turning of the tassel. You ready for the countdown? Please stand. This is our moment. On the count of three. 3, 2, 1. You may turn your tassel. Congratulations. Go Pack. Thank you, sis.
On behalf of the NC State Alumni Association and the more than 300,000 living NC State alumni, it is my happy and humble privilege to welcome the class of 2026 to the Wolfpack alumni family. As you move forward, I encourage you to visit and volunteer your time and experience to the next generation of Wolfpack Nation. Take any opportunity to howl back at your alma mater and utilize the NC State Alumni Association as the conduit for your continued connection to our great university and its exceptional student body. For those of you wearing the official NC State class ring, please ensure you have turned your ring so the block S is facing outward. This time-honored tradition symbolizes your graduation and is a mark of your outstanding achievement. On a personal note, I was in your shoes 20 years ago, proud Poole College class of 2006 from Puerto Rico to NC State. Now, in celebrating you all, join me in giving the class of 2026 a congratulatory round of applause. We wish you all the best in your careers and are excited to keep you connected to and active within the NC State University community. Congratulations and go Pack!
What a great moment this has been. Following the singing of our alma mater, the recessional will begin at the direction of the marshals and staff. I sincerely want to thank each of you for being a part of this celebration. Graduates, we would not be here today without your hard work, your dedication, and perseverance. And I am confident that your future is bright. It is time to take your knowledge, creativity, compassion, and think and do attitude out into the world. I am so proud and happy for all of you. Congratulations again, and go Wolfpack. I'll invite everyone to rise and join Wolfgang a cappella, as they sing our alma mater.
Where the southern winds so softly blow o'er the field of Caroline, there stands ever cherished NC State as thy honored shrine. So lift your voices loudly, sing from hill to ocean side. Our hearts ever hold you, NC State, in the folds of our love and pride.
Let's all say it together. Go Pack on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Pack!